Welcome to my private personal training studio here in Sydney, Australia. My name is Jonny Stofko, and today we're going to be going through my Pain Away hip progression course. This class is part of my Feel Good Mobility series. It's only going to take us roughly 8 to 10 minutes. I've designed this class specifically for those of you who live with lower hip pain, internal hip pain, lower back pain, basically any sort of impingements that you could feel throughout your day-to-day. Maybe you sit in a chair too long, maybe it's always been there. This is the course for you. We're going to increase blood flow in these areas. We're going to start on our feet and finish on the floor. All I ask from you is that you have enough space that you can stretch out in. Here we go. Our obliques, we'll do our right side first. So what I ask from you is squeeze the quads, so no knee flexion, straight legs. With our right hand, walk it past the right knee, extend the left hand over, and we're gonna hold this for time, for 30 seconds. So in my experience coaching this movement and doing it myself, it is normal for you to hold your breath, so just be aware of that. Our diaphragm is being manipulated here, so breathe, don't flex or tense up, and slowly extend that right hand as far as you can towards the right foot. We'll go another 10 seconds and we'll rotate. You should be feeling this in your left hip flexor, left hip, 3, 2, 1, and we'll rotate sides. Same exact thing, same footwork. Squeeze the quads, walk that left hand past that left knee, extend the right arm over, and hold, and we're on the clock. Same thing, if you find yourself short of breath, remember to breathe. Let that left hand just go as far as you can, extending the right hip. Shouldn't be flexed or tensed anywhere. We want to be real loose. Don't fight these positions. Let your body go as they may. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Very good. The next one, we'll extend our footwork a bit wider, not quite sumo and not quite shoulder width, somewhere in between. Once again, what I want from you is to keep the legs locked, no knee flexion, straight legs. The reason for this is we want to isolate and target the hips. The minute we bend the knees, the focus goes away from the hips. So we keep these locked. As a hula hoop you would twirl, we're going to go 5 clockwise, not with our head, but our hips. Have the hands behind your back and slow. You don't have to go fast. 1. These are creating blood flow. 2. And energy through these areas of the body. A lot of people struggle with soreness and pain just from sitting down too long. 4, we'll go one more. And 5, let's go 5 the other way. 1, stabilize the neck. 2, 3, 4, one more. And 5. Excellent. The next one may be tricky if balance is an issue for you. So I'm setting up near a wall. In case you struggle to balance on one leg, just lean on the wall. We'll go right leg first. Another common denominator with these movements is stabilizing the knee through quad flexion. So right leg is flexed, keep it locked. From this position, we'll grab our left foot from here. So try to grab under if you can, and then you can use your left hand to brace. And just slowly try to go down as far as possible. The important bit on this movement is applying pressure with your left hand to the inside of the left knee. What we're doing is externally rotating our hip flexor and relieving pressure there. Now, if balance is an issue, the wall's right here, you can just use that to balance. We'll hold this for 5. And you'll know when you're in the proper position. You'll feel it. 3, 2, and 1. Rotate. Same thing on the other side. Left leg is flexed, quad is locked. We'll grab that right foot. Stabilize the ankle first, and then slowly, gradually go into your finishing point. Right elbow is applying pressure inside of the right knee, externally rotating the right hip outward. And once again, if balance is an issue, you have the wall there. And when you find that point, you'll know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And before we go to the ground, we'll do one more. Shoulder width footwork. This is just going to be a forward bend. So the idea here is to relax the neck, release the thoracic spine, so the middle of your back where a lot of people struggle with posture. With our legs locked, we're going to have our hands behind our back and gradually go down to your finishing point. You're going to either be tight in your hamstrings, you'll be tight in your neck, maybe it's your back, Whatever your finishing point is, now let's talk about your footwork. We should be focusing on the front of our toes. Our feet remain flat, but our energy isn't on our heels. This will allow us to loosen those hamstrings up. Once you feel it in the hamstrings, relax the neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. And now let's join me on the ground. Now from the ground, we're going to go into our lunge sequence. How this is going to work is we'll get into a right lunge position. Our right leg is out. With our right hand, we're going to reach around and touch the back of our left leg. With our left arm, we're going to extend above our head and grab the right ear, chin down, and twist over the right hip. The goal with this is to maintain a neutral chest, so I'm not leaning forward. I'm keeping the chest up. We're already on the clock. We're doing these for time. You should be catching this in your left oblique, left hip. We're extending that hip flexor vertically. A lot of times this gets tight just from sitting down all day or even sleeping in different positions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What we do on one side, we'll do on the other. Same exact technique. Left side, left foot is out. We're gonna extend the right arm up this time. Grab the left ear, chin down. With our left arm, we're gonna grab the back of our right hip and twist. So keeping the chest up, vertical spine, lengthening the right side. You might start noticing that you're more sore on one side than the other. This is very common. A lot of us are dominant right side or dominant left, meaning that we trigger different muscles doing different things. This is a very common thing. We'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The next progression, we will go down on our back here. And what we'll do from this position is lay flat on your back. We're gonna keep the right side posted. We're gonna extend the right leg straight. So we'll come here. Test yourself by locking the quad. So let's try to do this without bending the knee. We're gonna make 5 full rotations clockwise. 1, 2, and try to create the largest range of motion in all angles. 3, 4, 5, and now we'll go counterclockwise. Same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Right side finished. We'll keep the right posted. Left leg is locked. Let's try to keep that quad flex. By flexing the quad, it'll ensure that the leg stays straight. Same thing, 5 clockwise, as big as you can, creating the largest range of motion. 3, 4, and 5. We'll go the other way. Open the hips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. From this position, we'll go right into our next sequence. Keeping the knees together, let's try not to separate them, and keeping our shoulders flat and palms on the ground. What I like to do is find a spot on the ceiling and keep it there. If your eyes aren't moving, your head's not moving. I call these windshield wipers. They just remind me of driving in a car. 3, and we're gonna do 15. 4, once again, you're feeling it in your hips. You can catch this in your lower back. Whatever it is, you don't want to be in a rush. Work on keeping the shoulders, both of them, flat the entire time, and it should feel good. We're extending a lot of these tendons and flexor muscles connected to the hip joint. We'll do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll rotate into our last progression of the class, which is a simple hula hoop. I call it a hula hoop. Someone more technical than me might call it something else, double knee rotations. But once again, we're working on creating energy through the hips, okay? Our hands will be behind our back. People do this wrong by moving their head. We want to stabilize the head and neck and just move at the hips. Clockwise, big circles. 1, you don't have to do these fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. So it is common in all these variations if you're feeling clicks, niggles. I always say that's very common. The last thing I want you to do is it's a problem if you're feeling burning sensations or uncomfortable pops, feeling that you're extending past the limited range of motion. I'm showing you in each sequence the optimized range of motion. As long as you're following along and not putting yourself in vulnerable scenarios in what you're doing here, you'll be fine. Also, do this, I do it every day, so depending on how active you are, you'll start noticing these mobility movements in all of the classes. You'll start having a positive benefit a couple days in, so be consistent with it. And if you enjoyed this one, be sure to tune into the rest of our Feel Good Mobility series. Until we see each other again, speak soon.